What is going on, guys? Jack has got your back. Welcome to another tier list. This could be your first tier list. Hey, how's it going? I do tier lists from time to time. So I haven't done one of these in quite a bit. I would say it's almost been a couple of months. Last one being the Grand Theft Auto one. So if you haven't seen that one, go ahead and check that out. So today we're going to be doing Call of Duty games. As Modern Warfare 2 dropped not too long ago, like Modern Warfare 2 reboot hasn't dropped too long ago, we're going to be taking a look at the entirety of Call of Duty. So if I'm not mistaken, there's about 19 games I have in my list down here. As you can see, there's like I think this is pretty much the entirety of like the main Call of Duty games, like timeline and all that sort of mumbo jumbo. So without further ado, let's just kick right into it. We got some ground to cover. So the first one being Call of Duty. This came out. This is the original. This one came out in 2003. And then, if I'm not mistaken, they got like an arcade re-release on the Xbox, and it was called like Call of Duty Classic. I haven't really touched this one at all, not too much. Because I didn't really get into Call of Duty until a little bit later on into its lifespan, not lifestyle. And yeah, I saw there was Call of Duty Classic. I'm not too sure if it's still up on the marketplace for the 360. But I'm definitely gonna have to go check it out, see if it's still there. So without further ado, let me just resize this properly. There we go. Yeah, so I think without further ado, it's gonna have to go into the mission failed category, because I haven't really touched upon this one, but I will find. If I find it, then I find it. But for the time being, it's gonna have to go into the mission failed. So as you can see, this is my my tier list. We got Prestige, which is like the S rank tier, whatever, and then you have mission failed, which is like the like games I haven't played and all that. So that goes down there. All right. So next one, Call of Duty 2. So Call of Duty 2, I have this game installed at the moment on my Xbox One, on my Series X, sorry. So I have this game installed, and I plan to actually do a stream in it. So again, without further ado, it's gonna have to go into this category down here, like so. Bam. Yep. So it's gonna have to go there for the time being. Same with Call of Duty 3. Are they disappearing? No, they're not. That's weird. They were disappearing then. Really strange then. Yeah. So Call of Duty 3. Again, I have this installed on the Series X. So I plan on doing a stream on this one as well. So like the first, like I would say, trilogy of like the Call of Duty games I haven't really played, or I plan to do I plan to stream them, especially 2 and 3. I plan to stream these at some point, and if I find Call of Duty Classic on the 360, that'd be great, because I don't know if they actually removed it from the store or not. I'm not too sure, but for the time being, that's the list so far. So of course, these are like my opinions and all that, so I'd love to hear like your suggestions, your tier lists in the comments below. Always appreciated. So now we get to like the actual games I started playing like in the Call of Duty series. So if I'm not mistaken, this game came out in 2007. So it took me about 4 years to get into like the Call of Duty scene. It took me about 4 years. So this game came out in 2007, and I got this on the PS3 originally. And yeah, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. This game is sick. This game is pretty good. I'm a sucker for SAS stuff anyways, because I just find the whole SAS, the whole shtick so cool. Like, covert ops and, deceit and, military shenanigans and all that. I love the SAS. So when it comes to Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, they gave you like SAS themed missions, And they also gave you like Marines as well. They gave you like SAS as well as Marines, but the SAS stuff in this game was the best. Was the best. And how can I, mention this game and not mention like All Gillied Up? All Gillied Up was the best Call of Duty mission like ever. Period. It's up there for one of the best, Call of Duty missions ever, and it's just you can't beat it. So I really, really enjoyed this game. I really, really enjoyed Modern Warfare. So I think without further ado, I'm going to have to put it into the only category that this should ever be in, and that is the Prestige category. Yeah, Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare. It was very, very, very good. Right, so Call of Duty World at War. So this has now become like a trend now. So I think from Call of Duty 4 onwards, they started doing like a game a year. If I'm not mistaken, they might have done that a bit like earlier. They might have done like Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 like every year, and then they did Call of Duty 4 like the next year. So I think it's always like a Call of Duty game like every single year. That's just how it goes. And yeah, so like this one came out a year later, Call of Duty World at War. So, and they also like swapped developers. So like you had Infinity Ward doing like the Modern Warfare stuff and that sort of thing, and then you had like Treyarch do like the other Call of Duty thing, like the other Call of Duty projects. So like they would always go back and forth. So the next one was Treyarch, and they did Call of Duty World at War. And this one goes back to the like the World War II era of Call of Duty, and this game was pretty good as well. Yeah, as you, like from the earlier titles of Call of Duty, they really knew what they were doing, and it really like showed like the passion and like dedication to actually making solid games. We'll get to what happened a little bit later into this list, but yeah, so early Call of Duty stuff was the best for sure. Yeah, so World at War, World War II stuff, and you fight alongside oh yeah, you fight as a Russian sniper called what's his name, Dmitry, I think, with Reznov, which was voiced by Gary Oldman, Commissioner Gordon. And then you also fought with like the Americans, and you had Keith Sutherland voice one of the generals. I forgot his name. I think it was like Roebuck, I think his name was. Yeah, I have plans to do this on stream as well. There's a lot of Call of Duty titles that I do plan on doing streams on. But yeah, World at War. This was very graphic and very very gritty, because there was like limbs flying everywhere, people being burnt, bonsai everywhere. My god, this was fucking graphic as shit, but it was fucking good. It was really, really, really good. So I think without further ado, it's gonna have to go up here. It's gonna have to go with Modern Warfare for sure. Right, Modern Warfare 2. So Modern Warfare 2, this game came out in 2009, and it followed the events of the original Modern Warfare. So you had the SAS and the Marines, and then it had a very controversial mission in it, which you were allowed to skip if you wanted to. So yeah, this had a very controversial mission in it called No Russian, where you go to an airport and bad stuff happens at the airport. Real bad stuff happens at the airport. But yeah, like again, this follows the greatness that was Modern Warfare. And it had its fair share of amazing missions as well. I liked the favela stuff, and I liked going through Washington DC with the Marines. I really liked all that stuff, and also the oil rig mission, so good. And then of course you had like the Spec Ops stuff. Like you had these you had this extra mode called Spec Ops, which you and a friend could go and do like these other missions, and they had like different challenges, and you get stars depending on like your performance, and if you were to do certain objectives well and all that. Very, 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 very good. And then of course you had the Juggernauts as well. The Juggernauts were insane. and I hated that music. If there was one thing I was scared about, it was the fucking music. As soon as you heard the music that a Juggernaut was about, just basically go into like the prone position and cry. That was it. Just go into the prone position and just hold out. If I'm not mistaken, there was a Spec Ops mission that had nothing but Juggernauts, I think, and I think it had something to do with the airport graveyard or the airplane graveyard, something like that, and it was just nothing but Juggernauts. So terrifying, but great. And then the multiplayer, like, the multiplayer for the Call of Duty games have been pretty solid from the get-go. Basically, they've been pretty solid. Can't complain. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty game that I actually went through prestiges. Like, if I were to go and play like Call of Duty games online, I'll just get to like level 55 or like try my best to go through the tiers and just like leave it as that and not prestige. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was the first game I actually tried going through the prestiges because I just loved the multiplayer for it, especially Modern Warfare 2. So if we ever get like the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2, because they actually recently did Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 remastered recently. So if we actually managed to get like the multiplayer, because they did the campaign for Modern Warfare 2, great, because then I'd constantly play it again for sure. Let me just see, is it still? Yeah, okay. I was about to say, like, why is everything disappearing here? But it's fine. Right, so Call of Duty Black Ops. So Black Ops kind of was like the sequel to World at War. It felt like it anyway, because you had like returning characters and certain like story aspects that were like followed on from World at War. You had Reznov come back, and then you had like the Nova 6 gas and all that. So, and Nova 6 like created like these zombie-like creatures. And don't get me started on zombies, man. My God. Yeah, so Black Ops was pretty solid. From a campaign aspect, it was very good. And again, it was like covert, and it was set in the 60s as well. So you had like the Nam War and all that, and you had sleeper agents, Mason, what does the numbers mean? My God, it was good. It was good. It was packed full of content as well. So again, you had the multiplayer as well, but then you had zombies. So zombies pretty much started out in World at War. I forgot what the name of it was. I don't know if it was Kino Daytona. I don't know. I think Kino was in this one. I think it was one of them. Kino was in something. I don't remember which one it was. But yeah, World at War. As soon as you beat the campaign for World at War, and then you watch the credits, then you get transported to a bunker. And you're like, oh shit, what the hell is going on? Oh damn, it's zombies. So you had like these Nazi zombies that you would, hold out from, and you would go through the rounds to see how long you would last and all that. It was great fun, especially with like friends and all that. Great fun. So Black Ops kind of took zombies and they amped it up to the umpteenth degree and gave you 2 maps. I think it was 2 maps, or it might have been 3 maps. It was definitely 2 for sure. You had 5. That was the name of the map. It was called 5, and it was in the Pentagon, and then you played as actual, like, you played as presidents, and yeah, I think it was just all presidents, and I forgot his name, McNamara, I think his name was. Just shows you how much I actually remember all this stuff. But yeah, you had this dude called, I think his name was McNamara. You had, Kennedy, and you had Nixon, and then you had another guy, which I forgot his name. But yeah, then you had like, I don't remember if it was called Kino. It might have been. It was like in a theater, and it basically launched the characters that are from like the original like lineup of zombie characters, and they still use them. Like, I don't know if they use them recently in Vanguard. I'm not too sure, but I think in Black Ops 4, I think they came back. So yeah, like they've been going since 2010. But yeah, so Black Ops again was a very solid game. It was very good. So I think I'm gonna have to put this in the A category because it was good, but Oh, then again, I think it. Hmm. Now I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm going to put this in the S category because, or in the prestige category, I should say. I'm going to put it in prestige because it was just so good, so good. Right, Modern Warfare 3. This game, I don't actually remember too much because I think I only played it a couple of times. I think this is on backwards compatibility or backwards compatible as well, so I'm gonna have to go through this game again. I don't think I actually have this game on disc. Looking. Nope. So I have Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 on disc, but I don't have Modern Warfare 3 on disc anymore. But I'm pretty sure this is on backwards compatibility. And yeah, so this basically just rounded off the Modern Warfare, the Modern Warfare trilogy, and it was basically the following the events of Modern Warfare 2. It sort of ended like the hints that everything could be the next World War. Hence, like a lot of the marketing, they turn like the M upside down to make it like WW3, like World War 3. Yeah, again, Makarov. Makarov was the dude that started off like the no Russian thing in the airport, and he's in this game as well. He's like the main antagonist, and you have to try and kill him basically. Again, you follow as the SAS and also the Marines, but it was mainly like World War focused. Like it was like what happens if there was like a World War like during present day. Well, for the time anyway. But I didn't mind this game. I don't really remember all that well how it goes. I remember there was like certain character deaths, and there was like a character that's been through the Modern Warfare series like from the get-go. The multiplayer was okay. I remember there being Spec Ops in this one as well. I think there was also something like to do with Horde mode. I don't really remember because I didn't really play this game all that much. But I don't think it's on the same level as like Modern Warfare 1 and 2. It's still a good time, but I don't think it's on the same level. So I think without further ado, I'm gonna have to put this in the A category. I'm gonna have to put this in the A category. It just misses the mark. I mean, it was still a good game, but it just misses the mark of being perfect. But I think if I were to play this game a little bit more, maybe it might have my standings might have changed. But yeah, I mean, it's still a good game, but it just misses that mark for me. Just because I just don't remember it all that well. All right, Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 2, again, was like Modern Warfare 3. It's a bit of a strange one because there are certain aspects of this game that I remember, but the majority of it, I don't remember it all that well. Campaign-wise, anyway, because the campaign follows the events of Black Ops 1, but it also goes like into the future. Like you play as like Mason's son and all that. I think it goes into like 2025. I think it does something like that. God, you also had returning characters coming back. Fuck, I actually don't really remember this game all that well. I really don't remember this game all that well. I remember the multiplayer and the zombies. The zombies I remember because Transit. I'm probably like one of the few people that actually love Transit. I'm probably like just one of the few that love that map. Transit was great. And that's all I remember. I only remember Transit. That's it. My God. Yeah, nothing else is coming back to me. Uh-oh. But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 2. Oh, God. It's going to have to be middle of the range for me. Because if I remember correctly, I want to say. Oh, my God. I think there was like some branching storylines in it. So if you did this one thing and you didn't do this other thing, you'd have to your story would branch into a different area, and then you can't get this thing. It was something like achievement related, like, oh, you don't have like this certain file, or you didn't keep this person alive. You can't get like the secret to like Nova 6 gas, something like that. Yeah, it was branching in some cases. But yeah, I mean, it's middle of the range for me, for sure. It's there, middle of the range. But yeah, moving on. we have Call of Duty Ghosts. So Call of Duty Ghosts was like branching into the next generation of like consoles, so like PS4 and Xbox One. And yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts, I actually really liked this game. I really digged this game. I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with like the modern aspect of like shooters and all that. Like modern military games. I think it's something to do with that sort of like vibe. I don't know what it is. I just prefer like these games compared to like the World War II stuff and like the futuristic stuff. But yeah, I mean, I liked this game. I thought it was a good time. The multiplayer was okay, and instead of giving you like zombies or anything like that, it gave you extraction. I don't remember now. I don't remember. It was something to do with aliens. It was like you go from point A to point B, whilst doing these various tasks of defending a generator or like destroying a certain amount of like these aliens, defeating a boss and aliens, and then you have to go from that point all the way back to your chopper. So you had to go like back on yourself in the map, and you had this time limit, and there was just nothing but like an infinite supply of like aliens that were coming over to eat your face. Um, yeah, I actually didn't really mind that mode either. I remember really getting into that mode and trying and try again and then try again a bit later. Trying to get some like achievements along the way. I really wanted to try and get my to try and do my best to get as many achievements as I can in it. But yeah, I thought it was a good time. So I think without further ado, I'm gonna have to put this into the A category. So again, it just misses that mark of being like almost perfect, but like I enjoyed the story. I thought it was okay, and like the multiplayer was okay. Extinction, Aliens was okay. But yeah, I mean it's like there. It's like just near enough, like almost perfect. Kinda, kinda. Right. Oh dear, here we go into like the belly of the beast. My god, here we go. Into the belly of the beast we go. Right, Advanced Warfare. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So this now was, I would say, the dark the dark times of Call of Duty, I would say. It's my opinion. This opinion could have changed for you. Your opinion on like the dark times, oh that was my phone. The dark times for Call of Duty could have been, I don't know, in like Black Ops 1 or 2 for you. For me, this is where it started to go a little bit AWOL. Advanced Warfare. So this, again, I don't really remember all that well. I just remember the main antagonist being Kevin Spacey, and he was sick as a bad guy. He was really good as a bad guy. Troy Baker was in this as well, as one of the protagonists that you controlled, or was the protagonist you controlled. I actually don't remember all that well. Yeah, you had to try and do your best to overthrow Kevin Spacey, because he was a big bad guy and he was unleashing hell upon the earth and all that. You had to do your best to try and stop him and all that. The multiplayer was okay. Multiplayer was good, and zombies made a return in Advanced Warfare, and it also brought some more like celebrity cameos in this game as well for zombies. You had Bill Paxton, and you had John Malkovich, you had John, what's his name, Berthel, the Punisher basically, or Shane from The Walking Dead. That's him. And yeah, I mean, exo zombies, my god. Like, having zombies is one thing, but having zombies in like exosuits that could jump really high and all that, and they could do like the whole like leaping attack and all that. I mean, it is what it is. It's the gimmick of the game. Like, the exosuits was the gimmick of the game. It's like, oh, you could jump really high and you can like run really fast and you could do like this Superman punch and all that. That was basically like the gimmick of the game. I mean, it is what it is, but I think it's going to have to go into for me, it's going to have to go into like the B category, because it's average for me. It's average. Oh my god, so Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, again, was a weird one because, you had your campaign. Train Go Boom, by the way, And what the hell is the frozen forest? Basically, those are your memes of the campaign. Uh, did any of the characters make a return? I don't really remember. I think this is when, for me, this is when Call of Duty started to go even more stale than it actually was in Advanced Warfare. Then it started to really hash out like the staleness of Call of Duty, just like rehashing or like regurgitating the same gameplay over and over again and all that. I mean, this was a bit of a weird one. I didn't really like this one at all, in all fairness. Yeah, Train Go Boom, Frozen Forest. I think in the multiplayer you had specialists. I remember a robot and a dude with a mohawk. And did this have zombies? I'm pretty sure this had zombies, but I don't remember any of the maps. Oh god. Did it have... I think they tried to save their game and give you like a Zombie Chronicles DLC, where you had like all these previous maps from zombies. That's all I remember, and that's all I played really from this game. If I have to go back to this game anyways, to try and get some more achievements in it, but I mean, yeah, without further ado, it's gonna have to go here, unfortunately. Let me do this. Yep, it's gonna have to go into the C category, which means I hated this game so much that I don't want to see it ever again. But I'm gonna have to go back to it anyways, and it might be an absolute hell of a time going back to it. Can't wait to do that again. Right, moving on, we have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, or as Merc likes to call it, Buzz Lightyear Warfare. I mean, to be fair, I really didn't mind this game. It was way better than Black Ops 3, in my opinion. It was way better than Black Ops 3. The campaign was okay, in all fairness. You had like these branching different things you could do. Like you could go in your spaceship, and you could go get like this upgrade from this area, and then you could like continue like the campaign and all that. So it tried its best to try and be different in some way. And the main antagonist was Jon Snow. All good. But yeah, I really liked the campaign in this. The multiplayer was okay. Nothing too fancy. I think it was on the same verge as Advanced Warfare. It was on the same verge as that because you had exosuits in it as well. And then the zombies. They actually brought the zombies into this one, and they tried their best to make it different in some way. Like you had, I think you had Nuketown in this. I want to say you had Nuketown zombies. It was similar to it. You also had David Hasselhoff in one of them, in like the Funland one. And then you had like a horror-inspired one. In like the cabin in the woods sort of thing. That's all I really remember from the zombies. But I didn't really mind this one at all. I thought it was way better than Black Ops 3 for sure. Oh god, but where the hell do I put it though? I don't know. Does it go A or B? You know what? I'm gonna put it in the B category. There we go. I'm gonna put it in the B category because it was good, but it was lacking, but it was good though. But it was lacking, but it was still good though. I mean, it was there. It was like average for me. It was average. This game, my god. Excuse me. So this game, World War II. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't remember the campaign all that well because I remember it was just your standard cut and paste World War II shooter thing. I don't remember the campaign. The multiplayer was the only thing I really remember from this game because I played the beta for this for the multiplayer on the channel. I played the beta on the channel, and then I also played the zombies. The zombies were trying to be a little bit more scarier and be different. It was trying to be scarier and different. And I also played the zombies on this channel as well. But again, this game, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I think it's gonna have to go here in the C. I didn't like World War II. I did not like it. No. I did not like it. No. Yeah, World War II. It's gonna have to go into the C category. Didn't like it. Not one bit. Right, Black Ops 4. So now with this game, they really went overboard and tried something way different. They gave you a Call of Duty game without a campaign. You know, like you do, they gave you a Call of Duty game without a campaign. So basically in this game, in Black Ops 4, you had your standard multiplayer, your standard, you know, team versus team multiplayer. Then you had zombies, which I thought was okay. It was way better than, in my opinion, it was way better than World War II zombies and Black Ops 3 zombies, because you had like more maps, because you know there was no campaign, so they had the resources and like the time to actually make decent like maps for zombies and all that. Especially where you played as like Keith Sunderland in like this haunted mansion type of deal. It was kind of cool. And then they had the Battle Royale system, which was called Blackout. That's what it was called. So they had Blackout, which was your Battle Royale. Now, I spent way too much time in the Battle Royale with friends. So much so that I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Battle Royale, and I thought it was sick. If you were to like just give me Battle Royale in this game, I wouldn't have been mad at all, because that was all I played for the longest time with friends, and we had a good time. We got some wins and all that. I mean, it was a good time. You definitely needed to play it with friends for sure. But I really didn't mind it, and again, like the zombies wasn't that bad, the multiplayer wasn't that bad, because that's all you had. You didn't have any campaign, no campaign to speak of, because it's probably the backlash they had with Black Ops 3 being really shit. But all in all, I didn't mind Black Ops 4, and it's gonna have to go into the A category for me. That's probably blasphemy for a lot of people, but for me, it's there. For me, right. Now we go back to the whole thing of like, and everything was good again. Wonderful sort of thing. Now everything went good again for a little while. We had Modern Warfare, like the reboot of Modern Warfare. This came out in 2019. So this came out like 3 years ago. My God. So yeah, this game came out in 2019. And this was freaking amazing. This game was so good that I was playing nothing but this game again. And so this basically gave you like a new fresh take on the Modern Warfare scene, and it also gave you the SES was returning, doing their thing. I think you played as the Marines as well, but really it was SAS driven, this one, and I thought it was great. And they really changed up the gunplay as well, which you can like lean on like surfaces and all that. It was great. The multiplayer was really good as well. I thoroughly enjoyed the multiplayer. And they also had Warzone. So Warzone was like your next iteration of the Battle Royale scene. It was really good. And again, I played nothing but Warzone with friends, and I still kind of played it. Not too long ago, actually. I played it recently with friends to try and get hyped for like the next Modern Warfare slot with Modern Warfare 2. And we've also got Warzone 2.0 that's coming out tomorrow at the time of this recording. But yeah, I really liked Modern Warfare, the reboot. It was really good. So I think without further ado, it's gonna have to go into the prestige category. It's up there. It's up there. All right, so oh no, this one. So Black Ops Cold War. This was like again going into like the next evolution of like the console generation. So this came out on PS5 and Series X and S. This is when it starts to. This is when it goes like really bad again. Really bad. I mean, it's not that bad, but you know, for what we had before with Modern Warfare, this was like a step in, like, for me, the wrong direction for me. So Black Ops Cold War, again, I'm trying to remember how the story goes. I remember Woods being in it, and there was one funny scene with Woods, like coming up like behind a person, and he like silently takes them down, but it was actually a mannequin. And he said, you know, don't say a word to anybody. That made me chuckle a bit. Again, it was something to do with like sleeper agents and that sort of thing. And there was like more branching. There was more branching stories in this one. Like you had a bulletin board, and you could go like do this thing. You could go take out this like highly wanted like target if you wanted to, that sort of thing, and that will make the campaign easier, or that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean it was okay. And then the multiplayer, I didn't play the multiplayer all that much, and zombies came back as well. Zombies in Cold War, I couldn't tell you, because I just remember the bunker. The bunker map, like the original like map that was in this game, and that was it. I don't remember this game all that well, and I don't know. This game was not particularly good for me. Yep, you know what? I'm gonna put you here. Let me just. You know what? That's not that bad because you can still see it's Cold War. Excuse me. Right. So we have two more games coming up. Right. What the hell do I say about this game? Absolutely nothing, because I didn't play it. Alright. Yeah, so this game, I only played the beta for the multiplayer. And at the time when like all these like different games were coming out like in the year, I think because you had like Battlefield 2042. Guess who bought that game instead? Yeah, so you had like all these different games. So I was like, you know what, this year I'm going to skip Call of Duty. And if it comes down in price, or if it goes on sale, I might pick it up. And then I started to see the reviews. I started to see Angry Joe's review, and then I started seeing people's comments in the Call of Duty community when it came to this game. Basically, this is the biggest turd that ever came out with Call of Duty. This was probably the worst Call of Duty that the people are saying, like, this is the worst Call of Duty that ever came out. Because the campaign, because I was, you know, watching the reviews and all that, the campaign was basically one big massive cutscene. It felt like too many people. And I saw there was like a bit with Angry Joe where he was like, you know, he was going to throw a grenade into like the part where you had to throw this grenade to progress through the story. He was going to do that. He threw the grenade into like the slot, and it didn't trigger anything. And then he saw there was like a button prompt to like press square or something like that to throw grenade. He pressed it, and then it proceeded into like the next cutscene and proceeded through the story. What the fuck, basically. They got like this big massive like company to go in and do like the cutscenes and all that to make a really compelling story and all that. But it just felt like one big massive movie and all that. It was weird. It really did not feel like Call of Duty to many people. It was strange. The multiplayer was your standard. It felt like World War II. This is what I heard somebody say. It felt like World War II multiplayer, but worse. Wow. Okay. And then like the zombies, there was zombies in this as well, but again, zombies felt really tacked on and it shouldn't have been there, and it felt rushed. So many people, like even the zombie community, there's like Call of Duty players that play nothing but zombies and they thrive on zombies content. They didn't make Vanguard zombies content on their channel because it felt really tacked on and rushed, and it didn't feel like zombies at all. Mad, right? So, I mean, I haven't played this one, and I don't intend on playing this game at all. I mean, if it was to go like on sale for like £5, or if it went on Game Pass, I might take a look at it just to get some achievements, just to bump up like the achievement score. But yeah, for now, I have no intentions of playing Vanguard, and there's no need to play Vanguard anymore. But yeah, I mean, without further ado, it's going to have to go into the mission failed, and I think it should go into the fucking bin, in all fairness. Strange. I mean, how could you really fuck up a Call of Duty game? You know, how could you fuck it up? They did. Royally. You know, really bad. Right. So now we come to the last game in this series, or in this tier list. Let me just see how long we've been going on for. 45 minutes. Actually not that bad. Right. So, this is the latest game to come out for Call of Duty, and this came out not too long ago, last month. And I also streamed this game. I streamed this a week before it was initial release, because I pre-ordered it, because I was hyped to play Modern Warfare 2. And yeah, so I pre-ordered it, so that means I got like early access, like a week early access to the campaign. So I streamed this a week before it was initial release, the campaign. So if you want to go check it out, it's up on the channel if you want to see it. I think it took me like 2 streams, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, this game it's up there. It's like return to form. Basically, Vanguard, what? Did we have a Call of Duty last year, basically? Yeah, this game is amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed the campaign. And it felt like Ghosts 2.0 as well, because there was a certain point in the story that everybody became ghosts. It was amazing. And yeah, the story was great again, and it felt like SAS, covert, deceitful, that sort of thing. It felt great. Like the cartel was in there. You had to you had to be very deceitful with the cartel and go do something in the main stronghold for the cartel, whilst being like undercover and all that. You had like an all gillied up esque kind of mission, where you played as Gaz and you had Captain Price with you, and you're in ghillie suits and you had sniper rifles and you had to go to like the lighthouse and all that. Oh, it was so good, so good. And then the multiplayer. Still playing the multiplayer from time to time. It didn't really grab me as much as like the older Call of Duty games, but yeah, I still played the multiplayer from time to time. I'm actually playing like the third person multiplayer stuff more than the actual first person stuff. It just, I don't know why, it feels different and it feels amazing. And now, tomorrow we are getting Warzone, so I'm definitely going to be playing Warzone a hell of a lot, and I might even do a stream on Warzone, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this game is great. It's definitely a return to form compared to the shit we've had. In recent years, so I think without further ado, it's going to have to go up here into the S category. And that is it. So that is the entirety of my Call of Duty. This is the ultimate Call of Duty tier list. Of course, I'm missing Call of Duty Mobile, but who actually plays that? This is the like the main titles of Call of Duty, like the main lineup of Call of Duty games. So let's have a look. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Good. We have all 19 games. And my god, so like Call of Duty is going to be celebrating 20 years next year. What the hell are they going to do for it? hopefully they bring out Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, because as they're sort of doing like remasters of, well, they've already done Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the originals, remastered. I'm still waiting for Modern Warfare 3 to come out as a remaster. I thought they were going to do it with Modern Warfare 1 and 2, like the reboots. I thought they were going to like tack it on, like what they did with, what did they do? Like Infinite Warfare, they tacked on Modern Warfare Remastered to sell more copies of Infinite Warfare. But yeah, I mean, still waiting for Modern Warfare 3. They might do some more remakes in the future. Maybe Black Ops, because how stale that went. I think Cold War was supposed to be like a reboot of Black Ops, but can I just have like Black Ops 1 again, but like amazing, please? Even more amazing than it is. It's going to be in like second prestige in that case. But yeah, that's my list. Pretty solid list. And again, I'd like to hear your tier lists in the comments below, as always, and your suggestions for like future tier lists in the future. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that list. And there's a solid amount of games in the prestige category, and I feel like those are like the definitive Call of Duty titles. I feel like they're the best, in my opinion. They're up there. But yes, guys, that's gonna have to cut it for me for this tier list. And I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you have, go ahead and subscribe, and also leave a like, and also, you know, ding 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 that bell, ring that bell to stay notified when I go live or when I do post a video. And yeah, thank you all so much. Again, love to hear your opinions and suggestions, your lists. Always appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. And as always, I'll catch you guys in my next video or stream. Take care. Goodbye.